Hurry up, class. Come on. Um, the Lord, God, told me to give you all a revelation, right? Well, God is Yahweh, and the Lord is Yeshua HaMashiach. Well, the Lord of Lords, He's the first one. Why Yeshua HaMashiach? YH. That's why King David said in the Spirit, the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand while I make your enemies thy footstool. So, let's get this straight. YH sits on the right hand of God. So, if you're looking at it, it looks on the left. But if you're in God, you can see he's on the right. So there's a WH. But we'll get to that later, okay? Anyway, let me go through the book real quick. The Tanakh, the book of Moses, the first five. Okay? You got the book. And there's two trees, tree of life and tree of knowledge of good and evil. The first book is Tree of Life. It's talking about Jesus. God created life. Yahweh created life. And he's telling you about this spirit that's coming. This guy who's going to tell you about everything about God. And that's why he had all the prophets coming along the way saying, this guy's going to be like this and this and this and this. Even in the Psalms. I mean, you got Jeremiah, you got Ezekiel, and you got all those prophets. Zechariah. So, when Jesus came aboard, many Jews, remember it used to be 12 tribes, technically 13, because when King David had Israel at the high point, there was 13 tribes. The Levites were the preachers that went around preaching this word. That's what we got the book today. Okay? But Solomon came and things got a little crazy and it got split up. 3 in the south and 10 in the north. Don't forget about the 10 lost tribes, okay? That's where I come along, I think. I know. Anyway, so Jesus came, okay? And remember, he was getting these words from up above, from the Father of heaven, Yahweh. See, remember when the angel said when he after he was crucified, the way he will go up, Yah, he will come down. Way. So put that in your head. Anyway, let's go back to Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach. Okay, so he gave you all these parables, um, told you this and that, showed you how they trying to persecute him, the Pharisees, Sadducees, and all them, even the Roman courts who trying to be diligent, I guess, huh? Even though they're full of shit too. Why you invading other people's countries? Anyway, so you got Pilate wiping his hands clean. Did he wipe them clean? Because the Roman Catholic Church or the Roman Empire, they went out and they had hell, didn't they? Wars. They was kind of cursed. And even the Jews, the Jews, they held the money back for 2,000 years. Didn't have a country. But we remember who held the money back for Jesus Christ, don't we? Judas. Judas. Get it? Anyway, so we don't want that mistake again, do we? Because we're trying to build another kingdom. Another kingdom for God, Yahweh. And you say, oh, what about them churches that go out to perdition? Perdition means never come back. Well, they're lies. And I can show you that in the 7 churches. See, there's 2 sides of every story. And you got that one on the beast, that woman riding the beast with the 7 heads. Well, the woman is the Roman Catholic Church. Riding the beast, which is Saul, who became Paul, who perverted the word. That's where you get the book of good and evil. Jesus Christ being the book of good, and Saul, Paul, who perverted the word, which is evil. Remember, Saul persecuted the followers of Jesus Christ. So you got this beast going out with the 7 heads, these different churches that pretend to represent Jesus Christ. So let me get real quick in the churches. So Ephesus, Old Testament, telling you about Jesus Christ coming pretty much. Break it down real quick. Smyrna, Jesus Christ getting a word from heaven. Remember, he goes up to heaven because he listened to God and the Father. And then the Father comes down to the end times. Remember, he said, you'll see the face of God. Anyway, so, and the next church is old time Christianity, Pergamus. That Saul killed the followers and went out and perverted the words. 2/3 light, 1/3 darkness in Revelation. 2/3 of the New Testament per se is written by Paul, who was Saul, and 1/3 by Jesus Christ and his followers. So those are the three spirits. If you look at the first three churches, you can see the spirit tells you this and you get a reward. The other four, it flips around. You get the reward and the spirit. Okay? Point taken, okay? See that? Well, these four other churches going out, because Jesus already predicted this 2,000 years ago. So the next church is Thyatira, which is the Roman Catholic Church, who will build up this kingdom that will go out through all the world. They did that, didn't they? They created a boogeyman, Islam. Remember Saul, Paul, who's the false prophet? They made an image and created another religion. Muhammad going out there. Remember White Claw? What do they wear? Come on, people. Anyway, you got these two main religions, the beast of the earth and the beast of the sea. I got that flipped, didn't I? But they go out through time. Anyway, then you got um, Philadelphia, which is kind of like the Protestant movement. People are starting to get smarter, reading the book, and understanding like, oh my, they're full of crap. So they start creating their own religions, trying to find out the truth. That's the key of David. Key of David right there. Find out the truth of God. So they're going out through the whole world trying to find out the truth of God. Then at the end, when everybody has the words, trying to find out the truth, they get all crazy, I guess, and think, no, it's all about the money, the corporate churches. So they're out there preaching this, saying, oh, Lord, Lord this and Lord that. Well, and that's why it says at the end, in the church of Laodicea, you think you all gods and think y'all don't need them. And y'all didn't come to my word, which is the book of life and the book of good and evil. You didn't come to my word and found out who I am. Well, I am who I am. Remember Moses says that at the burning bush? Or sometimes they say, I will be who I will be. Well, I am. Well, I am. I am. Anyway, remember Jesus means salvation. Always wondering what the word Jason means. Anyway, the WH is the truth. It's the WH. Who, what, when, why, and where. But I have one problem. You got these doctors, lawyers, and politicians out there. Not all of them are bad. There are many good ones. Oh, I love some good politicians like Peterson, Kennedy's, even Trump. And there's some good doctors out there, like Dr. John. He's awesome. And even money people. I used to work for the hours for 20 years. But you got to understand, we're in this together. We're all one spirit. Y'all come to me. Meaning, if I'm treated good, we all have a good life. If you hurt me, you all will be hurt. If I'm captive, we be captive. That's why God set the Hebrews free from Egypt. Just remember, love your brother and sister. Remember the Ten Commandments, the first half. Remember, Jesus says, the Ten Commandments be wrapped up in two ways. The first half is about loving God, God's Yahweh. But remember, he said God. In the second one, he says, love you, Lord. God ain't Lord, and Lord ain't God, but they're all together. And the second set of the Ten Commandments is love your brother and love your mother and father. Mom and dad, treat your kids with love. And kids, respect your elders and your parents because we're all in it together. If you want a beautiful life, then let your beauty shine. From up above, I love you. God bless. In the name of Yahweh and His Son, Yeshua HaMashiach.